have moments where it's just like, this is obviously you play this game and you're trying to win, but this is just a cool day as a whole for me. And obviously to have the night I had is definitely special as well. But I wouldn't put the game that I had based on the court. This kid pissed me off today. I was playing 2K. I've been playing 2K for like 2 hours, and I told him too. I was like, wait, just wait. And he just called me washed up. He called me a bunch of things, but I love it. You know what I mean? He said he ain't seen a highlight from me in a minute, and I just told him, all right, we'll see. He said, tell me to go to sleep. Like he was going in. So this game was for that kid or grown man, whoever that was. But so I appreciate you. I told him I'd give him a shout out too. So that's what tonight was. But no, as a whole, this night was really dope, man. I'm kind of hoping we keep the court. You know what I'm saying? But and kind of keep it for our home games. But we'll see.
There's been some speculation about Jarrett Allen's toughness after playoff series, and now we've seen the guy try and fight back from a fractured rib.
Mm-hmm.
Just tonight played through a fractured finger. What would you say about Jarrett Allen?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up too, because I was scrolling earlier today as well. So I got a lot. I'm ready. I've been waiting for this. I seen a Cavs fan tweet that they were mad as it was selfish of Jay to not get surgery. And I'm like, this is the same guy y'all got mad at for sitting out because he pierced his rib, right? So like, this dude goes to work every day. He gives us his all every night. He played all 82 through all injuries last year. Had to force his ass to sit out the past 2 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude goes to and then has a night like tonight against 2 tough bigs. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's phenomenal. He doesn't get enough credit the credit that he deserves, and the world focuses on his quote from the Knicks series, and he doesn't care. But like, that shouldn't be right. Like this dude is really important to what we do, and to see him have nights like tonight is just big time. And I hate the fact that he gets crap for that. Like, you know what I mean? This man he's grown each and every year that I've been here. He's a joy to play with, joy to be around. And yeah, man, he's a hell of a player, hell of a person. So I'm glad you said that, because I was going to call that out, but I get to do it here.
Donovan, what did it mean for you guys to have Darius back on the floor for the first time this year?
Big time. I mean, you still have to start the game, right? Like, and obviously we're going to clean stuff up as the season progresses. But just being able to. I mean, for me, I got to bring the ball up every time. Right? You know what I mean? You have a guy that can initiate and find. Obviously, he's going to find his rhythm, but just kind of get in there, create, gets easy shots, knocks shots down, makes everybody's life easier. It's just great to have him out there, and just his vibe, his presence, and credit to him, because even though he's been hurt, it doesn't feel like he's been away. You know what I'm saying? Him and Max, like, have done a really good job of. You can be hurt sometimes and kind of be detached from the group. He's been there every day. One of the first ones to show up to the gym, continue to get his work in, and he's only going to get better and better. And it's just great to have him back.
With just his presence being out there, how beneficial is it? And you mentioned not having to bring the ball up every time. How beneficial is it for everybody to sort of be in their natural roles when he's there, as opposed to when
it's just like you said, it's natural, right? It's another threat. You know what I mean? This is. Just how it goes. When you have a guy who's an all-star, you have to pay attention to where he's at. You got to look on both sides of the floor. Then you got Evan. Then you got Jarrett. Then you got me. Then you got Sam coming out there. You got Craig. You got Larry. Like, there's so many different people you got to look at. But when he's out there, your eyes are on him, and he's making plays that, we're moving on the backside. It just makes things a lot easier. There's a lot more space when he's out there, and it's natural. And we know what he brings to us, and it's just great to see him back. And like I said, shots didn't really fall tonight, but his presence alone just changes us as a group.
Hey, Donovan, do you remember the 2K Trash Talkers username?
I didn't want to give him that. I'm not going to give him all that. No, I'm not giving him that much attention. But he knows who he is. It was a long game, long discussion. We were going back and forth. He probably clipped it too, so it might be on the internet or somewhere. But I made sure that I give him his props for that. I appreciate it.
And you mentioned Darius's basketball impact. Kenny said that there's just like a different confidence around the team when Darius is there and you guys are whole. How do you characterize the emotional lift that you got tonight with Darius?
Yeah, I mean, when you got a guy out there that can go get it, you know what I mean? From an offensive standpoint, that can create, puts everybody at ease, right? Like, you see me in my role, you see Evan, you see J.A., and you see JT. Jalen Tyson's been playing phenomenally, by the way, but like, you just see everybody back into their normal positions, and that's why you built this team, right? And we didn't even have Dre. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't have Max. So, like, this just, you see what it can do. And we didn't do it for the whole 48 minutes, and we'll be better at that. But especially to start the game and then to start the third quarter, you just saw, like, what we are. Even to, like, little things like in film, coach will ask a question and he's getting answers right. Last year he was kind of not, and he shouldn't get answers right last year. He's a rookie, right? But he's getting questions right. Where should you be? He says, I should be here, like, you know. So, like, just him taking that step from a mental standpoint. I don't care about the 10 points, the 18 points. I'm caring about the little things that he's doing, making it tough on guys, getting in the half roll, rebounding, the putback dunk. Like, those are the things that, you know, he's going to be for us. And obviously, yeah, him having 18 and 10 and all those different things definitely help with what we got going on. But for him to take that step, and Kenny said it, but like for him to make the money that he's going to make, it's in those roles, right? And he's doing a phenomenal job at that.
I know Lonzo's looking for that shot to fall, but in the meantime, how important is it for him to be able to dish out those assists, get on the board like that?
I mean, I didn't realize he had 8 assists. I mean, that just tells you who he is, right? Like he's still effective even though the shot's not falling. That's the you know, character of a really good point guard, you know, and he sees things on the floor that, you know, necessarily we don't always see, so which makes us as a better group. And we're not relying on him to go out there and go out there and score, you know. But for him to go out there and get 8 assists and find a way to get on the boards and make it tough defensively, like that's why he's here, and he's doing that every single night for us, whether the shot goes in or not.
Donovan, 2 big leads tonight, and they came back tied the first time. Second time they got it down to 9 or 10. Kenny mentioned that maybe it might be more mental at this point, but is it kind of early in the season and stuff that you got to work on?
No, it can't happen. I said it after, who was it? Brooklyn, I think. Like, at some point in time, we got to figure this out ourselves, right? It just can't happen, and it's a mental thing to Kenny's point, and it's all 5 of guys on the floor. It's all everybody on the bench. It's a collective, and Zoe said it today, but like, you know, we gotta find a way as a group. It can't just be 2 people or 3 people or 4 or 1 or none. Like it's everybody coming together. We're up 22, right, in the fourth, something like that, 23, like 27, like, you know what I'm saying. So it just can't happen. 34 points in the fourth, 40 in the second. In the second quarter, it got choppy. So like, it's tough in those scenarios, right? But still, if we want to be that team, that can't happen. And we watch our film tomorrow. We'll hold ourselves accountable, and that's the biggest thing. And that I take away from this early season games is like we have to continuously be that team that gets up and stays up, and honestly sits like in those situations. Like we should not be playing because we should be taking care of business right then and there.
I know it's early, only 8 games in, but you get into the rim less frequently than you have in the past. And you look at tonight's game, 46 points. You were getting into the paint with floaters, threes. Obviously, it's what 6-11 for 3. Is this the formula for you at this stage of your career to be your most efficient offensive player?
I mean, yeah, I think I could definitely get to the rim a little bit more, or if not the rim, at least the free throw line. You know what I mean? Like turning those chances into free throws. But like I said, my biggest goal is just to be efficient. That's efficient with my movements. I said it the other day, like we talk about the over-the-top move. Sometimes it's not always just jumping at people, and I can do that. I could. It's to the point now where I went to windmill dunk at the end of the game, and everybody's like, "Why?" Like, you know what I mean? Like say, you know what I mean? Like I can, you know what I mean? It's just like for what reason? Save yourself and kind of put yourself in the most efficient spots. And I think, yeah, that's, you know, part of my progression, and, you know, using my athleticism when I need to, and you know what I mean. And obviously. Like you said, I haven't been getting to the rim, but a lot of it too is like, hey, if you want to pass, the help comes, make the play, and you know I'm knocking down shots, you know, and continue to make tough shots and do what I do, but ultimately just continue to save and preserve your body for a longer career.
Spencer.
Donovan, you talked so much about Evan and this evolution he's on, who's going to take time. With the guys coming back tonight, Jarrett, Sam, and obviously Darius, just how did you see him sort of fit in with those guys? Did it feel like tonight was maybe the first time we've seen what that version of Evan kind of looks like at his full potential?
Yeah, and I think there's still more room for him to get better, right? But you see he looks comfortable. You know what I mean? You see him in spaces, and turnovers are turnovers. Like he's going to make mistakes and different things, but you're starting to see him feel like okay. And it was honestly a quiet 23, right? You know what I'm saying? Like there was more that he could have done. And obviously I had 46, but like, you know, in nights we're going to definitely need more from him. But tonight was just like you said. It's just this is this progression. And I think you throw all that expectation on him as he deserves, right? But at the end of the day, it takes time. Like, it's not going to just click right away. And now, obviously, when guys are healthy, you're starting to see him full kind of go back into his form. We have no doubt what he can be, and he sees it and he knows it. And playing in the pocket, being poised, and different things. And that's just who he is. 17 shots. I'm happy getting into the paint. There's a few that were tough that we'll watch back on film that he probably shouldn't have taken and get better at. But we all have those, right? Like, we aren't perfect, and for him, he's just going to continue to get better and better for us.
And I guess to take it one step further, obviously, night one in New York, Kenny used the word clunky. I think you sort of also co-signed that in terms of like what the offense kind of looked like. Was tonight also kind of what this offense looks like at its full potential as well? Like, you guys moving the ball as well as you did, and everything just kind of free flowing.
Yeah, and also too, like, and I give a huge credit to our young guys, and we're also new, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like Zoe, Larry, and then you got Craig, CP, and JT. Like that, we just got a lot of different parts moving right now. You know what I mean? So I don't expect. It'd be great if it did, but I didn't expect for us to come out and just be the same team that went 15-0, right? Like, we're still figuring things out as a group. Guys are getting healthy, we're getting acclimated, and for where we're at, like as a health standpoint, I'm really happy with where we're at because we haven't even been at our best. We haven't played our best game yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're still finding ways to get better, and that's why I said I'm glad we're not 15-0. Like, we're still finding ways to learn and get better, and you saw it in spurts tonight, and we're going to get better and better as the season progresses. But you don't. First of all, you don't want to be perfect. I don't want to be perfect on November 5th. You know what I mean? I want to figure these things out and get better as a group, and we will.
So wrap it down.
Thank you.
Thank you.